Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samabprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karashyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You can repeat after me. This is Sutra Lakshanam, definition of a Sutra. Whatever may be the Sutra, whether it is Panini Sutra or Patanjali Yoga Sutra or Brahma Sutra, whatever may be the Sutra, this is the definition. As a Sutra, you will see, it has to fulfill the six, characteristics. The six properties, six characteristics are mentioned. So that which has all these six is called a Sutra. So best example, Panini Sutra, Brahma Sutra. So this is to be memorized. This is a Sutra definition. You can memorize this. We will chant. Alpaksharam asandigdham
Alpaksharam asandigdham
Saravat Vishvato Mukham
Saravat Vishvato Mukham
Astobham Anavadyam Cha
Astobham Anavadyam Cha
Sutram Sutravido Viduhu.
Sutram Sutravido Viduhu.
I think all of you can comfortably read the words, right? Sayukta Venjanam, Venjanani, we have not seen, we are going to see today. Alpaksharam, there you can see the Lakara, Pakara, consonant, coming together. Sayukta Venjanam, similarly Asandigdam, Vishwatomukam, then Asto, Sto, Anavadyam, we will see today. So this, in a shloka format, presents the six characteristics of a sutra. I will just give a simple meaning of the shloka. Alpaksharam means alpa is little. A sutra must have minimum number of akshara letters. Asandigdam, because it uses minimum letters and therefore minimum words, there should not be any ambiguity. Should be clear from doubts. Asandigdam. Saravat, it should present the subject matter, the essence, not dealing with unnecessary things. And Vishwatomakam is it is multifaceted. Vishwatomakam. A sutra is not applicable only in a particular context, must be applicable in different contexts. That is Vishwatomakam. Like we use a mobile phone. Mobile phone not only for speaking, we use it for taking pictures, we use it for sending mails, Facebook, social media. So everything is contained, even for watching classes, attending classes. So Vishwatomakam, it has got multiple uses, multifaceted. Astobam. Astobam means there should not be any the words like praising. No exclamatory words, praising words. Those are not allowed in the sutra. Astobam. No stobha. You can see means negative. Alpa is asandigdam, free from any ambiguity. Astobam, there should not be any the words of praise. All these are not. required. So that there will not be any stobha, praise, exclamation, praise, praising. Anavadyam, that's important. Anavadyam, free from defects. Defects in terms of meaning and defects free in terms of grammar aspect also, both aspects. Should be free from grammatical errors. Should be free from defects in terms of meaning also. So that is anavadyam, free from defects. Dosha ragitam, that is the meaning. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 lakshanani. Shad lakshanani. That which has 6 lakshanas. It is called a sutram by Sutra Vidaha. Sutra Vida means those who know the sutram. They define the sutram in this way. These are the 6 characteristics of a sutra. Okay, since already we started Shiksha Sutra and Panini Sutra, therefore better to know the Sutra Lakshanam, Sutra Paribhasha. In a shloka format it is presented. More in detail we will see later. We will have a separate class there. We will see each word, what it means in detail, we will see. Now, Shiksha Sutrani, let us start. Akuga Visarjaniyanam Kantaha.
Akuha Visarjani
Visarjaniyanam
Kantaha
Ichu Yashanam Talu.
Ichu
Yashanam
Talu
Ruturashanam Murdha.
Ruturashanam
Murdha
Lutulasanam Dantaha.
Ritulasana
Dantaha
Upu Upadmaniyanam Oshtau.
Upu Padmani
Padmaniyanam
Oshau
Nyamangananam Nasikacha.
Yama
Nam
Nasikacha
Edaitoho Kantatalu.
Edaito Kantatalu
Odautoho Kantha Oshtam.
Odauto Kantha Oshtam
Vakarasya Danta Oshtam.
Vakarasya
Danta
Danta Oshtam
Jukhva Muli Yasya Jukhva Mulyam.
Jihva
Jikvamuliyasya Jikvamulyam
Nasika Anuswarasya.
Nasika
Anuswarasya
Anuswarasya
Have you memorized this sutra? If not, please do it. Regularly we will be chanting this as part of our prayer. So whenever you get time, try to just chant this free time, memorize it. So it's much useful. Then Nageshwara Sutrani. Ayun,
Ayun
Rilak,
Rilak
Eong,
Eom
I Ouch,
I
Out
Ayavarat,
Ayavarat
Lan,
Lan
Nyamangananam,
Yamanam
Jabhai,
Jabai
Ghadadash,
Gadhadash
Gadhadash
Jabagadash,
Jabagadash
Kapachatata Chatatau,
Kapha Chatata
Kapachatatatam
Kapai,
Kapai
Shashasar,
Shashasar
Shashasar
Al,
Hal
Iti Maheshwarani Sutrani.
Iti
Iti
Maheshwara
Maheshwarani Sutrani
The last letter of each sutra is a packing letter. It letter. Remember I said it. It, if you don't remember, it's okay. We'll be seeing later. Just to know, it's a packing letter. It's called it letter. Like the first, the sutra, if you take a, e, un. So I un, this is the first sutra where Nakara is the packing letter, it letter, supportive letter, indicatory letter. It's just a like a a package when you receive with the cover. Without cover, the product alone cannot be, cannot be sent or received without any damage. So it is as it is. The packing preserves, contains the content. Here the content is IU. So therefore, this has to be thrown. This is only supportive. The next one is relative. So now we can group these letters. So in the form of sutra, I just write 22 sutras here. Now if we can group the letter, see, I want only all the simple vowels. I don't want conjunct vowels. So we can group by just like making like this. Ak, I can say. Ak is a name of the grouping, which will have all the simple vowels. Start from the first word of the first the letter of the first sutra, end with the packing letter. In the naming, packing letter will be there, but it's not the content of the group. The group will not have the packing letter, but in the naming, this is Ak is a grouping of simple vowels. So Ak is the name, it's a sanya, it's a name. So which will have a, e, u, nakara, dakara, lakara, takara. Drop the ith letter. So you will have a, e, u, l, which means this Ak contains all the simple vowels. Simple vowels already we defined, right? Simple vowels are those, samana swaraha. They have the same place of pronunciation throughout. So all the simple vowels are contained by this. We call this by the name pratyahara. So pratyahara means grouping of letters. When the letters are grouped and when you form a grouping and you give a name, this is Ak. So Ak pratyahara we call. Ak pratyahara. Pratyahara means grouping of letters. And the grouping of letters, here simple vowels are grouped. Now it is given a name, Ak, or the Ak covers all these simple vowels. Understand? Similarly, the next two sutra, if you take A, Ong, and I, Ouch. So this A, Ong, and I, Ouch, third and fourth sutra. Suppose if I form a pratyahara. Now you are familiar with the pratyahara. Pratyahara is grouping of letters. When you group, give a name, right? It's like you group flowers, you give a name. You group animals, you give a name. Reptiles, like that, right? So it's only a name. It's a name. Similarly, now all the conjunct vowels, sayukta, swaraha can be grouped under the name age. H. H will be, can you hear me, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so disturbance. So H will cover starting from A. So A, first you write all the letters. A, O, and then Nakara, then I, then Au, and Chakara. Drop the tracking letter. The tracking letter is important in forming the grouping, but it's not, they do not form the content of the grouping, the pratyahara. In forming the pratyahara, we require a packing letter, but they will not form the content. So A, O, I, O. These four are sayukta swaraha. You see, so if I want to refer to or specify, the conjunct consonants, conjunct vowels in a context, in a situation, somewhere in the grammar, I don't have to tell A, O, I, O. I just simply will say H. So H pratyahara will cover all the four. Similarly, when I want to cover all the the simple vowels. Simple vowels undergo some particular change. Say, for example, in a grammar situation, I don't have to say a, e, u, r every time. I'll just say ak. Similarly, vowels alone in a context given undergoes change. So I don't have to say a, e, u, e, u every time. I don't have to say I even, then delete, then a, om, I, ouch, right? All the start from akara, starting from akara up to chakara. All the vowels, all the letters you write except the it letter. It letter, you remove it. So now this will cover all the vowels. So ach. So ach, the pratyahara covers all the vowels of the language. So I don't have to say a, e, u, r, l, e, I, o, au every time. I'll just simply say ach. A shabda, a word can end with ach. So we have like Rama shabda, for example. You know, Rama, the word ends with the letter a. Similarly, Hari, the word ends with the letter
E.
E. Guru, the word ends with the letter U. Similarly, Pitru. Pitru is Pita. Pita is, the word is derived from Pitru Shabda. Pitru is a Shabda, is a word. Ending with Rikara. Similarly, we don't have, so we can leave that. Kara, we have some Shabda. Kara also is there, like a Re Shabda is there. Similarly, Gau Shabda. The word Gau. Gau means cow, ending with au. Similarly, Rai also. Rai is a Shabda, ending with I. Okay. Go Shabda, not go. Go Shabda. Similarly, the word ending with au. Any Shabda. So, all these Shabdas you can see, they end with what letter? Vowels. Right? They end with vowels, all these Shabdas. So, we can say, instead of saying, I want to refer to all these Shabda by just by a name. I can say Ach, Anta, Shabda, simple. Ajanta, Shabdaha is just right for understanding. Ajantaha, otherwise. Ach Antaha. Ach Antaha means the Antaha is ending. The ending with the vowels. And this is also is in a Sandhi context. Later we will see. Will undergo change and it will become Ajantaha. So Ajanta is a word referring to all the words, Shabdas ending with vowels. Ajanta. The first Shabda we are going to see Rama, which is Ajanta Shabda. Ajanta means the Shabda ending with the vowel. What vowel? When they say Ach, it could be any vowel. Ach Antaha. Antaha means, we know, Anta is end. Ach is a vowel. The Chakara will undergo some transformation that we will see later. Don't worry about that. The sun part of Sandhi. So it becomes Jakara. So Jakara plus Aja, Ajanta. Similarly, we have Hal Anta Shabda. Hal Antaha. Here we don't have any change happening here. Just simple addition. Lakara plus A will become
Halanta.
Alanta. So the Shabda ending with the consonant. Like we have Marut Shabda, important Shabda which we will be learning in the beginning. Then we have Shabda like Vanij. We have Shabda like Suhrud. So many Shabda. So many are the Ushnik, like that. All these are the Shabdas ending with Hal. So Alanta Shabda. Understand? Okay. Now Alanta Shabda, Ajanta Shabda, we will see in detail. Now this is how the grouping of letters is done. This grouping of letters, it helps us to present a lot of things in a simple format, simple just by a single word. Instead of specifying all the letters, like we can specify by a word. So now, okay.
Sir, I have a small question.
Yes. Mm.
That's a new question again. When I say un,
Mm.
so
Two
will I?
will be there. Two uns will be there. So the usage
Yeah.
depends on the context. The first one, I1. A second un is there. which covers start from up to lun. That's what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's my question.
Yes. That we will see in which context what to take.
Okay, sure.
Here, the nakara is as a itha letter is, if you see, that alone is repeated twice. Here, nakara is there, and here also nakara. So if I say an, the question comes, which one you are referring to? Are you referring to the first one, a, e, u, an, or are you referring to a, e, u, r, l, a, o, I, o, hayavarat, lan? So two, that un referring to two groups. So that depending on the context, we take the group, which what un is. Okay. Two different un that groups are required. That is why nakara is specified 2 times in the sutra. So that is the beauty. So this sutra, as I told, it was revealed by Maheshwara to Panini Maharishi, and that formed the basis of the entire Ashtadhyayi. 14 times Lord Shiva beat at his drum. Nrittavasane Nataraja Rajaha Nanada Dakham Nava Panchavaram. Nava Pancha, Nava 9 Pancha 5, 9 plus 5, 14. 14 times Nava Panchavaram Nanada Dakham. Dakha is drum, Damaru. Uddhartu Khamas Sanakadi Siddhan Etat Vimershe Shiva Sutra Jalam. The Shiva Sutra Jalam, the Shiva Sutra was revealed to Panini Maharishi by beating the drums 14 times. And for the upliftment of all the sages like Sanakadi, etc. Sanakadi Munihi. This is a shloka, famous shloka. So you will see Nataraja Rajaha. So he danced and he beated his drum 14 times. Every time he beated his drum, the sound came, and that is in the form of the sutra, captured in the form of sutra by Panini Maharishi. I won first time, first drum sound. Second time, really. So from this, the grouping of letters is done. Now, I will give homework. I mean, I'll just mention. Now, the grouping. So if I give any pratyahara means the name of the group. Now you have to find out the content. Okay. See, any number of pratyaharas can be formed, but we don't require all the pratyaharas. In fact, Panini Maharishi uses only 40, 41 pratyaharas in the Sutra Pata. Any number of grouping can be done, because any number of grouping possible. That doesn't mean that we should have used all the groupings. Whichever is applicable in our context, we will use it in the sutra and the grammar. See, first, for example, if you take the first I1 relic alone, you take how many groupings possible? I1 relic, Ak is one grouping, Ik is another grouping, Uk is another grouping, Rik is another grouping, even Lik is also. But we don't need all the groupings. An is there? Yes, required. Ak is there? Yes, required. In, yes, that also required. The sutra context. We don't require Rik and all. Okay. So the grouping can be formed, but you don't use it. So I give some of the important pratyaharas. You can take as your homework. I will send to the WhatsApp group. You can write the content of the groupings. Please see your WhatsApp. I sent. This is your homework. You can try. You can check your WhatsApp. An, ak, ik, uk, etc. You can write the content of the pratyaharas. Content of the groups. Can you do it? No? All of you?
Yeah.
Simple only. And whatever I have sent now, that is very important. All are important groupings. They are used by Panini Maharishi in the Sutra Pata. Therefore, in the beginning, why I am teaching the beginning itself, so it will take some time. So once you know the content of the grouping, now content of the grouping should be known. When I say the pratyahara, immediately the content of the grouping should come to your mind. Not every time you go to the Sutra Pata and then start from that letter and end with that letter. No, not that. The moment, suppose if I say ach, immediately you should be able to tell it contains all the vowels. H, if I say, you should say it covers all the conjunct vowels. Understand? So ak, if you say ak, means it covers all the simple vowels. Understand? So now let us do one exercise in the class. If I say kar, please see the pratyahara, the group, what we are going to form, what you are going to form is kar. Tell me what are the contents? What are the content?
Th, 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 ch,
Kapa, cha, sha, sa.
Kha, ha, cha, tha, tha,
Start from kha. That's the first letter, right? So therefore, you see, why I ask you to memorize. The 11th sutra only kha is there. So you don't should not go by sutra by sutra. The moment kha is there, you should immediately your mind has to go. You have to go find the first letter of that. 11th sutra, khar. Start from there. And the itha letter also you should know which sutra ends with what itha letter. So it takes some time to memorize this. That's why better to do now onwards, so that when you see in detail, that time will be easy. So end with the letter. Repa is only one time present in the as itha letter. If you see the entire 14 sutras. Nakara only is repeated twice. So therefore, it covers kapa chatata chata, kapa chatata chatata, kapa chashasa. Right? Now, what are these letters? What are these letters? We have seen before these all as part of the language when we learned. The first we learned vowels and then consonants. When we learned consonants, we learned this. I call this by a particular name.
First and second tall.
That's one first and second of all the class consonants. That's right. What are they? And of course, all the three letters, first three letters of the sibilants. What are they called?
Hard consonants.
Exactly. They are hard consonants. So, khar the pratyahara, the group covers all the hard consonants.
It's also called Karkasha Vyanjanani.
Exactly. Same meaning. Karkasha, you call Katora, both are same only. So, kha, you can see the first letter of the first group is kha. Then second letter is kha. Then cha, right? Ta, ta, pa, pa. Are they not covered? The 11th and 12th sutra, the first letter of all the class consonants and the second letter of all the class consonants are covered. And there are no, hard semi-vowels. So among the sibilants, the first three are hard consonants. Sha, sha, sa. So covers khar. So khar stands for all the hard consonants, katora vyanjanam. So katora vyanjanani, the long word, mouthful of word. So you can use simply khar. So kar stands for all the hard consonants. So when you want to specify an operation in the grammatical context, kar letter will undergo change, or because of kar something happens. I mean, because of hard consonants. So you don't have to write hard consonants or katora vyanjanani. You can just simply say kar. When kar follows, so this will happen. You understand? So now in the homework, what I have sent that WhatsApp, if you see, I've mentioned all the important pratyaharas. These pratyaharas, in fact, without memorizing it, you should be able to memorize. Okay, you don't have to work to memorize it, but it's something like when you say kar, you should be able to tell it contains all the hard consonants. So kapa chatata chatata kapai shashasa. So that much abhyasa practice is required. It comes only by practice, and you need to spend some time. In time, it will come. In the beginning, you may find difficult, but it will come. So it's a matter of practice. Only these pratyaharas. I don't know how many are there in that. 40 or 41. I'm not counted. Okay. Similarly, shar. If I say shar, what does it cover?
Sha,
Shar.
only three. Sha, sha, sa.
Shar covers all the hard sibilants. Shal.
Ushma Varnas.
All the Ushma Varnas are covered by the pratyahara shal. Right? Then they say jash. You see, jash. Mahaprana ja.
Constant.
And ending with the letter is Murdhanya. Shakara. Jash.
All the Mahapranas of
Fourth letter of all the class consonants. Simple. Right? Ka, kha, ga, gha. Ga is included. Ga is the cha, cha, ja, ja. Mahaprana. Fourth letter. Soft consonant it is, not hard. Then ta, tha, da, dha, ta, tha, da, dha, and bha. Fourth letter of all the class consonants, but not in that order. The order we learned. Ka, ka, ga, no. In this order only. We cannot flip the order. Please note that. You have seen. I already told you. No flipping of the letters or no flipping of the sutras. The same order. If you flip the sutra, then you will not get this content when you form a jash pratyahara. Right? Similarly, what are the contents of the pratyahara jash? So the first letter, you have to find the first letter where in the sutra is. And
Third.
search for the ith letter. Yeah?
Third letter of all pronouns consonants.
Class.
Yes, it means the 10th sutra covers third letter of all the class consonants. Right? And all the Anunasika, fifth letter of all the class consonants are covered by the pratyahara. Now you tell the pratyahara.
Nyamagananam.
Pratyahara is
Nyam.
yam, simple. Right? So please practice this. Okay. Now, and another thing is, see, as I told, akara stands for not only rasva. Here, rasva only is the sutra, rasva akara, short vowel, akara alone is there. Similarly, e, u, r, l. What about the long form of the vowels? They are not covered, right? But they are understood. They are understood. Why? Because akara and akara or even akara, pruta, they are savarnaha. They are similar letters alone. Similar letters will not be repeated. In the Mahageshwara Sutra, in fact, in a sutra, similar things will not be repeated. Same thing, right? Why should we repeat it again? Just make it as the one sutra and put it in a place. So whenever that application comes, you refer to that sutra. So similar application, similar things will not be repeated. So that brings about the alpaksharatam also. So here, if you see, akara or pluta, they are not mentioned, but they are understood. Why? Because they are savarna. What is savarna? Savarna and asavarna.
Same sound, but matra kala varies.
Yes, the definition of savarna is this savarna. Savarna varnaha, you can say. Savarnaha atava, whatever it is, savarna. Akara, the short vowel, and the long one, they are mutually similar. You know, they are mutually similar. You know why? Ucharana sthanam of akara is
Same place of pronunciation.
kanta. What
Kanta.
about akara? That is also kanta.
Kanta.
Not only the asya, the place of pronunciation determines savarnatvam, but also prayatnam, effort. Two types of efforts are there. We will not discuss now effort later, but you can note. One is abhyantara prayatnam, internal effort. Other one is bhaghya prayatnam, external effort. Internal effort, external effort. Now, for savarna, which effort we have to consider? Don't consider bhagya prayatnam, consider only abhyantara prayatnam. Antara prayatnam, otherwise we can call antara prayatnam or abhyantara prayatnam, whatever it is. Antara, if we get comfortable with antara, make it antara prayatnam. Bhagya prayatnam. Therefore, for the letters to be similar, ucharana sthanam, which we call technically asya, ucharana sthanam, technically we call asya. Asya means ucharana sthanam. And antara prayatnam, they should be same. They should be same. Then only the letters can be called mutually similar. Savarna means similar. Savarna varnaha means similar letters. You can call the two letters are similar to each other only when this condition is fulfilled. What are the condition? Number one, Ucharana sthanam, that is number one. And number two, Antara prayatnam, not Bhagya prayatnam. These two only. So for the letters to be similar, these two conditions have to be fulfilled. Therefore, Akara, which is Kanta, Ucharana sthanam, Antara prayatna, let it be whatever it is. We are not interested in that now. And Akara is also Kantaha and Antara prayatnam. Both are same. Both are same for Akara and Nakara. Not only for this, even for Pluta also. Even for Pluta. So therefore they are similar to each other. Therefore they are called. Therefore we can say Akara is similar or Savarna. You can replace by Sanskrita word. Savarna. Akara is Savarna to Akara. Or you can write Akara and Akara. They are Savarna to each other. Akara and Akara. A and A are Savarna. Savarna to each other. Understand? Similarly, Ikara and Ikara. E is Talu. And long vowel also Talu. And similarly, Pluta, that is also Talu. And Antara Prayatnam also same only. Therefore, they are Savarna to each other. Why we are not interested in Pluta is we don't use in the language. Only for when you address someone calling, we use. Therefore, Pluta has not much usage. So E and E grammatical applications, the purposes we require this, only these two. This is, in fact, in the grammar Sandhi and all here, it's not involved. So therefore we don't consider. But anyway, as part of the Savarna, we can take it. So all these are Savarna to each other. Ikara and Ikara, and this they are Savarna to each other. In terms of Ucharana sthanam and Antara prayatnam, they are same. The same Ucharana sthanam and same Antara prayatnam. Therefore they are same. Therefore we can say Ikara and Ikara are Savarna to each other. Similarly, Ukara and Ukara, they are Savarna to each other. Right? Similarly, Rikara and Rikara, they are Savarna to each other. Likara, we have only short vowel. And can say short one and the prolated form. Savarna. What about Ekara? Do we have Rasva Ekara? In fact, it's not Ekara doesn't have Savarna form, but it has Pluta. Savarna one. Then I. Now here the question should come. I. A and I. In fact, the Ucharana sthanam is, see the Shiksha Sutra, what we saw.
Antatalu.
Toho, Kantatalu.
Antatalu.
Same Ucharana sthanam, right? And they have same prayatnam also, but still they are not Savarna. Still they are not Savarna. How we cannot ask, nobody asks such question in the tradition. We cannot ask how. We can give an answer, but how? Because it is in the Shiva Sutra, it is mentioned separately, therefore they are not Savarna. That's the answer we give. Because it's a Pramanam. You cannot question it. A, O, I, O, though they are A and I have same place of pronunciation, Kantatalu, and same Antara Prayatnam, same internal effort, they are not Savarna. How do you know somebody says Savarna? Because the Shiva Sutra both are mentioned separately. A and I, similarly O and O. Therefore, so that is the answer. Okay. Before you ask, I myself will tell. A and I are they not Savarna? No, they are not Savarna. Understand?
Sharanji, does the prayatna in those vary? It is not
Same
the
prayatna only. Same Antara prayatna, but still they are not Savarna. Okay.
But while we pronounce it, the effort seems different, no? A, I.
No, the
Prayatna.
effort. What do you mean by effort? Effort we have not seen. Okay. So internal effort and external effort is the internal, based on internal effort we are saying this, but internal effort is same for both. So they are, but still they are not savarna. So this is a point to be noted. A and I, O and O, they are not savarna to each other. For that, sutram itself is the pravanam. Because they are distinct, they are different. That is why in the sutra itself they are mentioned separately, O and O. Okay. But they have their long prolated forms, right? A has got its prolated, similarly I, similarly O can bring its, in its place, understood, prolated form also. Similarly, O also.
Ranji, there you said e, u, r, and l and the prolated form of l. All these are savarnas because they come in the same sutra.
Not because they come in the same sutra. I didn't say same sutra. Because I didn't say same sutra. Akara stands for all its, akara is not mentioned, therefore akara stands for its savarna. Therefore, akara and prolated forms, all these are understood. Similarly, ikara, ukara, rikara. Right, same sutra.
Whereas A and I come in different sutras.
No, not like that. It's nothing to do with the same sutra, different sutra.
Okay.
So it's not because of that. Then in the other case, I even then Riluk is. See, the sutra, we cannot question sutra as it is. Then based on the sutra, we interpret, we understand. A and O, A and I, O and O, they are not savarna. For that, we say the sutra is a pramanam. If they are same, then need not be repeated. Because they are said, distinctly mentioned the sutra, therefore they are not savarna. Whereas akara and its forms, they are not mentioned. By akara, it is understood. Similarly, for the other vowels, simple vowels. Okay. So now,
Chiranjeev, sorry,
yeah.
I don't understand this. A, I, O, O. Asya is same. A, I is Kanthatalu. O, O, Kantha Oshtham. So Asya is same, but Prayatna is different or not different?
For what?
For
A and I.
A and
Same.
I.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, Prayatna is same, but still they are not called savarna. Prayatna is same alone. Antara Prayatnam is same for A and O. Similarly, A and I, O and O. A and I, they have same Ucharana Sthanam, same Antara Prayatnam. O and O also have same Ucharana Sthanam, Anantara Prayatnam, but still they are not savarna.
It kind of makes sense because they don't sound correct. But I am not convinced with the Prayatna. maybe I don't understand Prayatna yet.
Prayatna is difficult to understand also because you need to imagine that is the tongue touching the they say vocal organ is open, vocal organ is closed, partially open. So are more technical. More on that, I think any Shiksha expert only can do it. So we just take the technical terms and go by that. So there are 5 divisions are there. 5 Antara Prayatnam is 5, not 1. Divided into 5. Bhagya Prayatnam, 11 types are there. Okay. So I've just mentioned the name. It's all technical, more technical. Either the vocal, the doctors or whatever, I don't know, they should have this, to be able to say more on that. Or the specialist in both the language and with the sound and the vocal organ, anatomy of the vocal organ, they should be able to say. That's why I'm not mentioning what are the Antara Prayatnam. Just mentioning, just by this condition for Savarna. Okay, going by that. These two have to be same. Even though they are same for A and I, O and O, but they are not Savarna. Okay, that you can note that. That we can appreciate because they are mentioned distinctly in the sutra. Therefore, they must not be Savarna. Because when we say Pramanam, we cannot question. So Maheshwar, Shiva himself says, then we cannot question that. So A and I, though they are, they have same Ucharana Sthanam and Prayatnam also, Antara Prayatnam, they are not Savarna. So only O and O. Now, are these only the letters are covered? If you ask me, no, they are not alone. I mean, for example, Or these three are covered in the Pratyahara, I mean in the Maheshwara Sutra, even no, they are not. Not just three. In fact, how many are covered? 18 letters are covered, in fact. 18 letters of forms of akara are covered by just one akara, one in the sutra. Similarly, 18 forms of ikara is covered by e. Similarly, 18 forms of u. How does it? So now if you see,
That,
based on matra, yes,
no. I was just about to explain. Yeah, you're explaining. Fine, sir.
based on matra, how many types? 3. Rasva, Dirgha, Pluta, right? Based on matra. And based on swara, Udata, Anudata, Swarita, 3 types. And based on whether it is nasalized or non-nasalized, 2. 3 into 3, 9, 9 into 3, 18. So 18 forms of akara are there. 18 forms of akara. They are all savarna. Similarly, 18 forms of ikara. 18 forms of ukara. 18 forms of rikara. No. 30 forms, in fact. 30 forms. Why we say 30? Okay. Rikara has alone 18 forms. I'll show you the 18 forms, don't worry. What about Likara? How many forms Rikara has got? Likara doesn't have Dirgha. So in terms of Matra, we have Rasva and Pluta only. Rasva and Pluta. In terms of Swara, Udata, Rudata, Swarita, 3. In terms of nasalization, we have 2. So 2 into 3, 6, 6 into 2, 12. So 12 forms of Likara. Understand?
Sir,
And here we say one more thing, this Rikara and Likara, they are Savarna to each other. Not said in the Sutra, but they are said by a Partikakara. So Rikara and Likara, they are Savarna to each other. Even though the Antara Prayatnam is different. Even though this is Murdanya, this is Danta, but they are considered to be Savarna. Therefore, Rikara has its 18 forms, plus 12 forms, 30 forms. Similarly, Rikara also will have 30 forms, 13 Savarna forms. Yes, what's your question, sir?
I didn't get that the nasal one. How are we deriving it as 2?
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
And what about Ekara? Ekara doesn't have a short one. Therefore, in terms of Matra 2, in terms of Swara, Udata, Rudata, Swarita, we use the Vedic chanting. Then in terms of Nasika, Anunasika 2, so 2 into 3 is 6, 6 into 12, 12 forms. So 12 forms of Ekara, 12 forms of Aikara, and 12 forms of Okara, and 12 forms of Aukara. How it is? Now, please see. The same file alone. Please see the screen. Those who have any problem in understanding, please ask me a question, I will answer. You see, first, Swaraha, Nasika Krita Vedaha. Based on nasalization, we can classify the vowels into Ananunasika. What is Ananunasika? Anunasika is nasalized. Negative of that is Ananunasika. Like Dharma, Dharma, Kshara, Kshara, Amaya, Anamaya. Anunasika, Ananunasika. Nasalized, you want to write in English, you can write. You want me to write in English? Sanskrit is okay, I try to understand. I have written Anunasika here. You can note nasalized. Anunasika is non-nasalized. So, therefore, 2. Nasika Krita Vedaha, differences are 2. Yes or no? Krishna Swamiji.
Yeah, got it, sir. Clear.
And Kala Krita Vedaha in terms of Matra, 3. Rasvaha, Dirgha, Putaha. Do you follow Swamiji?
Yes, sir.
Short, long, and prolated. Any vowel can be nasalized. Nasalized we don't use in the language, but in the Vedas are there and in the Mantra Shastras are there, I told you already. And Sthana Krita Veda, that is, this is Vedic Swara. Sthana is Ucharana, that is Sthana Bhaga. Either whether we use the entire vocal organ or upper part of the vocal organ, lower part of the vocal organ, that you will see in the Vedic chanting, Udata, Anudata, Swarita. So many we have. Each vowel can be, can have 18 different forms. I'll give one example. I've written a number of forms possible, right? All these possible forms are covered by that swara, that vowel in that sutra. Akara, for example, you take akara. I give akara and then come back here. Okay, akara I have not given, but yeah, example I have given here. Now you take this swaraha, ananunasika. Anunasika means non-nasalized. And matra is rasvaha. Swara is udata. Therefore, ananunasika rasvaha udataha is the first type. Understand? Second one, ananunasika rasvaha anudataha, second type. Third type, non-nasalized, ananunasika rasvaha swaritaha, third type. Then come to dirgha. Ananunasika, dirghaha, then udataha. Fourth type, ananunasika, dirghaha, anudataha. Fifth type, ananunasika, dirghaha, swaritaha. Sixth type. 6 types are over. Now pluta, similarly, another 3. So how many we have? 9. This 9 for non-nasalized. Dashaswamiji, clear? Non-nasalized.
Yes, sir.
Same for nasalized. So 9 plus 9 will be 18. Like anunasika, here nasalized. Rasvaha udataha, 10th type. Anunasika rasvaha anudataha, 11th one. Anunasika rasvaha swaritaha, 12th type, right? Similarly for dirgha and puta. So 18 forms will be there for each vowel. All these are savarna to each other, right? They are understood just by the vowel in the sutra. Example I have written here. Take here, you can see. Akara in its short form, udata. Akara, short form, non-nasalized, okay. Anudata, then swarita. Similarly, akara, udata. Udata doesn't have any marking. Long form. And it is non-nasalized, ananunasika. Similarly, akara, with its anudata swara, non-nasalized. Similarly, non-nasalized swarita swara. Similarly, for prolator also, pluta also. Without, non-nasalized udata, non-nasalized anudata, swarita. So 9. Similarly, with the nasalization. Nasalized akara, short vowel, rasvaha, udataha. Anudataha, swaritaha. Long vowel, nasalized, long vowel it is, udataha. Nasalized long vowel, anudataha. Nasalized long vowel, swaritaha. Similarly, pluta. So how many we have? 18. All these are savarna or not? Savarna. Therefore, they are understood in the by the letter in the sutra. Similarly, extend the same for ikara, ukara. So for ikara and ukara, each must have how many savarna forms? Similar forms. They are similar. Similar savarna meaning in terms of ucharanam, in terms of prayatnam, they are same. Is it clear? What about rikara and likara? Okay, now before that, likara doesn't have a long form. So long form you cut minus this. If you remove long form, how many you will have? 12 forms only, right?
-6.
So here, dirgha, you remove it. So you will have 2. 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 3. Only 12 forms. So likara must have 12 forms, but likara has got 30 forms. How? We say rikara and likara, they are savarna to each other. Not we say, Vartikakara says. Vartikakara is Vararuchi, Katyayana. That is Sutrakara Panini Magarshi, who has written the sutra. On the sutram, the Vartikakara has added, which Panini Magarshi has not told. That Vartikakara will tell. if Pani Maharishi, suppose he has missed out something, so he will tell. So he has told, Likara and Rikara, they are Savarna to each other. And Likara, since it doesn't have a long form, it has 12 forms. And Rikara, it has long forms, it has 18 forms. So 18 plus 12, 30. 30 will be the Savarna letters for both Rikara and Likara, because they are mutually Savarna. Though the Ucharana Sthanam is different, Prayatanam is same, but they are Savarna said by Vartikakara. So we cannot question Vartikakara. Why? How Vartikakara says? It is a sutra. Okay. So by sutra, it's a Vartika. Vartika is also a sutram. Ruluvarna yoga mitasavaranyam vachyam. It even Vartikam is there. So therefore, by that, Rikara and Likara also similar. They're similar to each other. Therefore, their Savarna forms also become similar. Therefore, adding everything, Rikara will have 30 Savarna forms and Likara will have 30 Savarna forms. But all these are understood just by saying R, L, Riluk. You follow?
Sharanji, I
Yeah.
have a question. Again, the Asyas are different, isn't it? Does the Vartikakara say why he is considering it as
He will
Savarna?
not say all those things. Whatever he says, that is the pramana. We cannot question.
But
You
he
will ask why
also-
Veda says like this.
No, I mean, Liturasanam Danta, right? And Riturashanam Murtha. There we are saying, we are categorizing it separately, saying, we're distinctly saying they are different.
Because Vatyakara says we don't say anything. Simple. There is no answer to it. Whatever Vatyakara, Sutakara says, Uttarottara Maninam Pramanam. What the Sutrakara says can be contradicted by Vatrikakara, and what Vatrikakara says can be contradicted by Mahabhashyakara. So finally, Mahabhashyakara, whatever he said, that is final. They said Uttarottara Manina. So there, whatever Vakyas they say, that is Upadesha, that is final. So we don't question that. So we accept. This is, we take this and apply in our grammar, that's it. We cannot question. Okay. So we cannot apply our logical mind there and decide anything. So it is to be accepted as it is.
So there are exceptions to these Asya and Prayatnas, that means, right?
Yeah, we can understand an exceptions, but the tradition they don't say exception and all. But it is said.
Okay.
As a tradition, they say. Similarly, we have to also to accept and go on. Okay, we cannot. There is no explanation also for this also. Why they will say? I don't think any Vartikara, any elaboration on Vartikara, even in the sub-commentaries, sub-commentaries, I don't see. There's a commentary to Sutrabhata Mahabhashya, and there's a commentary further Kashika, further sub-commentaries, some-commentaries. They will not explore all those things. They'll say Vartikara. You will quote this Vartikara and just proceed. So,
Vararuchi is the
yeah.
Vartikakara.
Huh?
Vararuchi is the Vartikakara.
Vararuchi, otherwise, is called another name, Katyayana. So, Vararuchi. We'll add the shloka maybe later. So, Munitrayam Namaskaraha. Okay, then A, I, and O, they do not have short forms, therefore, and A and I are not Savarna letters, for which Shiva Sutra is a Pramanam, because A and I both are mentioned in the Sutra itself, therefore they are not Pramanam. From that only we can infer. Even when we studied all these doubts we had, but nobody can clarify these doubts. So Shastra, when I ask, we'll say Shastram is a Pramanam. We cannot ask question. Simple.
Jaranji, just the way you said now for AI, they are Savarna because they are in the same sutra. Riluk also same sutra, right? So is that our Pramanam for that too?
R and L are the same sutra, but Vartikakara says, because it's all required in the grammatical application, therefore it is said. But Panini Maharishi may not accept, would not have accepted. And Vartikakara says, yes, it is. So, Uktanam Duruktanam. What Panini Maharishi has said on that, Vartikakara will add. And what he has said wrongly also, that also he will mention. So that it means, do we question Mahesh Sutra? We don't question that. Whatever Panini Maharishi has said, that also we accept, R and L. And Vartikakara says we accept R and L. So in the context comes, so we apply Uttarottara Maninam. So first is Sutrakara, then Vartikara, then Mahabhashya. As I told, in this order only we follow the Pramana. So Mahabhashyakara finally, whatever he said, that is the Pramana. Not even Sutrakara, not even Vatikakara. The Mahabhashyakara, Patanjali, whatever he said, that is the Pramana. If he says anything against Sutrakara, that alone should be taken as Pramana. Uttarottara Manina Pramana. Okay. Ru and Lu, yes, good point. But we don't have answer for this. Okay. Panini Maharshi as mentioned. Therefore, according to him, may not be Savarna. Vatika, and that's why Panini Maharshi has mentioned, and in the Shiva Sutra is mentioned separate, distinctly. And Vatikakara, he agrees. Maybe Panini Maharshi doesn't agree. That's what we have to infer. And Vatikakara says, no, Ru and Lu should be Savarna. That is why it is added as Vartika in the Sutra Pata, considerizing as a Sutra. So it's not a violation. It should be accept. You should accept. Okay. Similarly, A and I and O and O, though they are Ucharana Sthanam and Prayatna are same, they are not considered to be Savarna. So therefore, number of Savarna letters will be, now if you remove Rasva, so you will have 12, right? Each one will have 12 Savarna forms. So all these Savarna forms are understood in the Sutra. Saying so 18. But you will not see application of all those things, right? So you have to see the application. Within the language, we have all these such application. First of all, the swaras are not there. Swaras maybe in the Pratishakya or in the Vedic context, chanting context, maybe it's whatever Sandhya, whatever application. The language we have only Rasva, Dirgha. Pruta also will not involve in Sandhi. Sandhi is joining of the letters. We will see later. That's the main topic. So only Rasva and Dirgha. So for understanding the sutra, we require to know Rasva and Dirgha. Because they alone are involved in the language, right? So in the language, what we have. Luta and all, it doesn't, they are involved in, they are not involved in any grammatical application there, the context. So we have only Rasva and Dirgha. So a Rasva Swara, a vowel can join with another Rasva, or a Dirgha can join with another Rasva, a Dirgha can join with Dirgha. So all these combinations, there what will happen? So there we require this knowledge of Savarna, etc. Okay. And that too, when it is presented in the form of a sutra, and sutra is Alpaksharam. So how beautifully Panini Maharshi, by using the Pratyahara, he covers all the letters. So that is the beauty. That's we'll explore later. But okay, there are all aside points. Okay, if it is too much, just leave it. Just take what has been said here. Akara as its Savarna forms 18. How it is? It is given in this document. I can send you this document. Similarly, yeah, that's for all of the vowels you can understand. And Akara and all other vowels. Rikara and Likara, Savarna to each other, therefore 30 Savarna forms. And A, I, O, each has corresponding now, each has 12 forms, Savarna forms. This is important. This you noted. Okay. For that matter, you asked me, no, Lu and Lu. Ka, Kha, Ga, Ga, Nga, they are Savarna to each other. Then there should be only one Ka. Why we mention all the 5? The question comes. That is why Pramana. See, Kavarga, Kha, Kha, Ga, Ga, Nga. 5 letters are there in each class. The Ucharana Sthanam is same, Kanta. Right? And among them, Antara Prayatnam also same only. Then we should not mention Kha, Ga, Gha. It is enough to say just Ka alone. Then we have to remove this. But it doesn't happen. It is required. The sutra has purpose.
Does the prayatna change in that Kavarga?
No. Prayatna doesn't change. Same Prayatna only.
Asya prayatna both the same. Okay.
Asya Prayatna all are same. That's why we say this Kakara, each, are similar to. That is why you remember I referred to the first class by the word Ku. Ku stands for Ka, Kha, Ga, Ga, Na. All the forms are included. Why? Not only Ka, but here what is mentioned is, see, Ku means it's just Ka only. Understand? Here that even though we write U, the U is a letter. We will see that later. That's kakara. Content is kakara only. The kakara stands for all its savarna forms. Similarly, chakara stands for all the chavarna forms. Cha, cha, ja, ja. Then why is it mentioned in the sutra? You cannot ask, because they are, one is katora, other one is mridu. All these differences are there. So that is why in the sutra it is mentioned. Okay. Now this is Magesha Sutra. Now, little, can I take 10 more minutes? Huh? Okay. Yes.
Sure. Sure, sir.
So, in fact, we have seen more on Magesha Sutra. So, what is at this stage? What is more than what is required? Okay. You take as much as possible. And since already are familiar with the letter and text, therefore, I thought you will help you. So, what you have to take is forming the pratyaharas, important grouping of letters. Given a group, find out the contents, or given the the class group of letters, what would be the pratyahara, the name of the pratyahara, that should be able to find out. Number two, the knowledge of savarna, the ucharana sthanam and savarna, that is important. In the application, you will see these two things are important. First is forming the groups, that is important. So I've given you that the homework, right? If you can do it, and if you remember it, that also, both are important. So first to do it and then try to remember. Like kar letter stands for all the katora vyanjana, and hush stands for all the soft consonants, right? So that is the first practice. And this Magesha Sutra also need to be memorized. Please take your time. Memorize. Then the next topic is conjunct consonants. In Sanskrit, we say conjunct is sanyukta. See, sanyukta or samyukta. There also we have a nasalized. In the chanting, we say sanyukta, sanyama. But in North India, they don't say samyukta only. They say only South India chanters. That is Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Kerala. I mean, not Kerala, Andhra. They say sanyukta. That is proper, in fact. As per Sandhi also, you can say sanyukta. Anuswara will be pronounced as followed by yakara. Sanyukta. There we have savarnatvam is savarna, that we will see in a way later. Sanyama, sanyukta. So sanyukta vyanjanani or samyukta vyanjanani, that is also okay. Samyukta or sanyukta. Anyway, you can pronounce, there's no dosha. See, either you can pronounce this as samyukta vyanjanani, no problem. Or you can make this anuswara nasalized form of yakara, sanyukta, that is also accepted, no problem. Nasalized yakara. Instead of anuswara, we make that into a nasalized yakara. That way also you can pronounce. Both are okay, acceptable.
Charanji, I have a slightly off-topic question. When you said that in the North India they say samyukta, but in the South they say sanyukta. But how come Kerala is always an exception to all this?
I don't know, sir. Kerala, the language itself is completely nasalized. So
I have always found like Tamil, Kannada, Telugu have a lot of common things, but Kerala is always like it's God's own country.
Different. I don't know. And these three states, the chanters, they pronounce the letters properly. Not even North Indians are careless. In Kerala, always they will nasalize the sound, even in the Vedic chanting and all you see. But Karnataka and Tamil Nadu and Andhra, they have very clear, distinct chanting, pronunciation, chanting. And in Tamil, if you see, there are, unlike in Kannada and other Telugu, we don't have 5 kakara, 5 chakara. Only one, with one we manage everything, and pronunciation is very clear. So that's how it is. And Kerala is an exception. Swamiji makes fun saying that nasalized, nasalized language. The more of nose. Language itself is like that. Anyway, so now conjunct consonants. This is a topic which we should have discussed before, but anyway, I've given more details about Magesha Sutra. So it took some time. Just we will see what conjunct consonants are there. Sanyukta Vyanjanani. Okay, Sanyukta Vyanjanani. What are they? Two or more consonants joined without the intervention of any vowel. That makes conjunct consonants. Like Kakara plus here, we have a combination of Kakara plus Akara. Please note. Here, this is a pure consonant, right? Followed by a pure consonant, and that is followed by Akara. So, you understand? So, Kakara plus A. Kakara plus A is Ka. And the first consonant is Kakara. So, when they are in conjunction, these two consonants, so it can be written like this or like this also. Okay. Anyway, you can write. There's no problem. Maybe pronunciation, you may have some difficulty, but if you have vowel in before, it becomes easy. Akha, arkha, not kha, ka. First it's kakara, ka. And here we have the long vowel, ka. So that kakara also, that will be, the pronunciation will be more prominent when there is a vowel before that. Akka, like you can say, amba. Then, so this is in this slide, you can see the first consonant. I call this by the name first consonant, last consonant. There's a reason why I call the last consonant. Last consonant, what I mean is that is followed by a vowel. Okay. So that what happens, that nether stroke will vanish. So that and the vowel, that's simple consonant vowel combination. What we saw, kaka, kiki, kuku, like that. So last consonant plus a vowel. Last consonant means that it followed by a vowel. And there can be any number of consonants before that. Here only one consonant is there, and that happens to be the kakara, and that I call first consonant. So first consonant, last consonant. In between, any number of consonants can be there, but no vowels in between. So without any vowel intervention, a consonant followed by another consonant. That is called conjunct consonant, sanyukta vyanjanam vyanjanani. The last consonant is there, which is followed by a vowel. And consonants which precedes the last consonants are pure consonants, and you can see they are written half. Here, written half is the last previous slide. Kakara is written half. That is, this is half. Or you can write one below the other. One below the other, if you write, the top one, the above one represents a pure consonant. The bottom one, full consonant. I mean, full, I mean the vowel, the consonant plus the vowel. The top one is a pure consonant, that is this kakara. The bottom one is this ka. Anyway, you can write it. Okay. Either this way you can write or this way. So if a consonant has a vertical stroke, it can be written half, like what you see here. There are some consonants where we don't have vertical stroke, like a ta, da, etc. There we write one, above the other. So pure consonant will be on the top, and the last consonant will be at the bottom. This conjunct consonant for the beginners will be difficult to pronounce, but it comes by practice. Okay. Now let us see here. Some examples are given. Then how do you write this? Makara. First, how do we read this? Then writing. Makara followed by Pakara plus Akara. Pa is Pakara plus A.
Half ma and pa.
Yeah, because this Makara has got a vertical stroke, so we can write half of it like this. This is Makara. And Pa. How do we pronounce this? Little difficult, huh?
Mpa. Like pampa.
If you have a vowel before this, like Pa or Pampa, Pampa Nadi, so it's become easier. Even without that also it's possible. Mpa, MPA. Similarly, this is right half means vertical stroke is gone. So like in the word Krishna.
Krishna.
Ushna.
Yes. Krishna, Pushna, etc. Kakara plus la. Kla.
Viplavah.
Kakara on the top, and lakara is the last consonant, so followed by the vowel. That's why last consonant at the bottom. Should be at the bottom. Then gma, then lia. Similarly, nakara plus nakara. Murdani nakara followed by murdani nakara.
Na.
Na. Then la.
La.
Lakara followed by lakara. There is no vertical stroke, is to write half. So we can write that also. Why not? So, in fact, I have seen writing. We write like this. This is la. Don't write the vertical stroke. So like this. Malla. This is also okay. Anyway, you can write. There are no rules for this. Nyakara plus chakara.
Cha.
So nyakara, the first consonant at the top, last consonant at the bottom. Similarly, stha. And here we have a clear vertical stroke. Therefore, you can remove the vertical stroke. And similarly here also, when vertical stroke is removable, remove it. Yeah. Then here, dakara plus ma. Dakara plus ma. Dakara at the top, makara at the makara, which is the last consonant, followed by the vowel, that will be at the bottom. So dma. So you have to spot this is ma. Does it look like dakara plus ma? But this is looks something a new letter. But you have to note, if you come across this letter, this is understand dakara plus ma. This is how the font is, right? Then nakara plus cha, then bakara plus ya, vya, and dakara plus the. Don't confuse the dha with the dru. Dru is different. This is different. Dru, if you see, when in writing, when we write, I write like this, dru. But in the font, you will see dru something like this. I'll show you. So I think in all the font, 2003 and as well as 2009, you will see like that. So dakara followed by dakara. So it will be the. So this is clear. Dakara at the bottom, dakara. Now, dakara plus rikara. So here it will be, you see, this is a form. So like drishta, palam, drishyam, etc. So looks as though it's a new letter, but please note this. Dakara plus dakara, that's somewhat like this. Like this. And like in the font as it is there, I don't write like this. In fact, I write one below the other. Suppose we write dakara, one that is pure consonant at the top and the full consonant at the bottom. Whereas dru also when I write, I write like this. You can write like this, nothing wrong. But in the font, you will see this. So when you come across such form, understand that is dru, dakara plus
Looks
rikara.
similar to ha. Dru
Similar, it looks like that. That's why confusion will come for the beginners. They can get confused. This is hakara. No, it's not. Yes. Then dakara plus va. Here we don't have any vertical stroke to write half. If any vertical stroke is there, we can remove it. But here it is a round, the curve one. So write the first consonant at the top and the following consonant at the bottom. Dva. Similarly, takara plus repa. Here repa. This is when repa is the last consonant. We have no problem. That takara plus ra, tra. But suppose if repa is the first consonant, then it will be on the top of the vowel. Please note. Okay. You understand? We have seen before. Again, let me tell you. This is like, for example, repa plus, this is repa plus yakara plus a. So repa, then yakara. So on the top of akara, that akara is at the top of that, repa will be there. Whereas yakara, suppose yakara plus repa plus a, then it would be ira. So that repa will be indicated by the stroke at the bottom. Then makara plus ba, Okay, ba should be a full one. Bakara plus akara. Anyway, chakara plus cha. Similarly, this is already seen. Let us read some words. Chakara plus repa. Shakara, the first one. Shakara is part of the conjunct. Remember, I told you it will be written like this.
Shra.
So, shra, like a shravanam. Shra. Shakara plus ya, shya. Shakara plus shva. Shakara plus ya, ya. Did you understand? You asked the last class Brahma, Vannihi, Hakara followed by Nakara. I sent the Pratishakya Sutra. There it is said Hakara when followed by Nakara, Makara, Nakara, Akara will be less emphasized, or in other words, it will have more Nasika. That is why I told it is fine to pronounce that Hakara as the following nasal, no problem. When it is either it should be pronounced as Brahma or Akara is also nasalized. I mean, since it is less emphasized, but that therefore it will take the nasalization. I mean, the Anunasika, the Anunasika Swara will come, Brahma. So it's a less emphasized Akara here. When it is less emphasized, it will look like Brahma. So therefore, it's okay. You can say Brahma or Brahma. If you can distinctly say, that is also okay. This is also fine. But this is what the Vadyas are not the chanters, the Dikshita and all, they do it. I asked them, they say this is how we say it. That is by the Pratishakya. There is no sutra, Manay Sutra, surprisingly not there for that. It is only by Pratishakya.
Currently, in that Pratishakya, what you have sent, how do we do the word split of that?
That is, you have to study. I will come to Kale and Atmani Vindati. Don't worry about it. You have to do Sandhi Vicheda. A lot of things to be learned.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, that will know. Yakara plus Nagna, Smarta. You can see this is another thing to be noted here. This Kakara plus in the font, you will see this looks somewhat a new letter. But here it is, we have the form of Kakara as well as Takara. Please note. So this is written like this combination of Takara and Takara. Okay. Then Tha, then Ksa, Takara plus Chakara plus Cha, Cha, Kha, Vya, Shna, Sna, etc. Kya, Pha, Na. Here, Akara followed by Nakara. So you can say Na, pronunciation should be reversed. Nakara first and then Hakara. Or Hakara also can take Nakara, nasal sound. Na. Then Mlai, Makara plus Lai, Mlai. So therefore, you can see any letter can be added to any letter. So therefore, we don't have any fixed number. Anything, the language, if we come across any word where combinations are possible, then we should be able to read fluently. And this is just to show you an example. First letter being a Kara, followed by the consonant vowel combination, how would look. Anuswara and Visarga also. That also can come. Anyway, that will come after the last vowel. Therefore, there will not be any problem. And this is, we have seen this, you can note, Takara plus Repa, Repa being the last consonant, therefore Tra. But here Repa the first consonant, therefore it will be above the vowel. Takara plus Ra, Kra, Pakara plus Ra, Pra. Repa plus Takara, if you have a vowel before that, you will be able to pronounce like Artha, something like that. Repa plus Takara plus Akara, Arkha, Sarpa. And these two to be noted, the special form, special combination. Kakara followed by Murdanya Shakara will be Ksha. like Kshatriya, Akshara, and Jakara followed by Nya will be Jnanam. This is not Gnana Mandal. Some people say Gnana Mandal, Jakara. That is wrong actually. Gnanam. Instead of Jakara, they pronounce it as Gakara, Gnanam. Ashuddha, actually. It is, the first Jnanam, the word is there. The transliteration, you will probably see G or J, whatever it is. I don't see G also, but J alone, see the Jnanam. So some people, no, they say Gnanam. That is wrong actually. It is not Gnanam. And they write English transliteration also like this. That is wrong actually. International standard transliteration, I think it is Jnanam only. Okay, but that however you write, that doesn't matter. But here it is not Gnanam. That's wrong. Ashuddha. Okay, I think we'll stop here. And more are there in conjunct and some reading of some words and some shlokas. Then we'll get into the language. Okay, any doubts?
I have a doubt. See, we have seen so many letters here, but how about la?
La?
Like la, as in Tamil we say vilakku. La, Neela.
Yeah, you're asking Murdanya Lakara.
Yeah, that
I think you're asking
inverted
Murdanya Lakara.
infinity. Inverted
Yeah,
infinity, right? That yeah, this one, correct. That's right.
this is
Yeah,
only in
so
the
is
Veda.
it? Okay.
Veda also only in some places. This is Murdanya Lakara, not in the language.
Yeah.
Panini Sutra also it is not there.
Oh, okay.
Only in
So
the
it is
Veda
not.
in some place we have this sound. La.
Okay. Okay. So it is
In Tamil we have.
vilakku, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Tamil we have, but
We.
Sanskritam it is not that.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Since it is not there in Panini Sutras, can we conclusively say whether it has Hrasva, Dirgha, Pluta, and 3 variants of Swaras, 3 variants of
No,
two
we cannot say it is only in the Veda. So therefore we cannot say.
we cannot say. Okay.
So when we say
See, in the Veda such ucharanams are required. Murdanya, Dantya required. I mean, la is Dantya as well as Murdanya. Such pronunciation in the chanting is required. But in the language we don't have any words. So therefore it is not there. The Veda, see, you cannot capture all the sounds in the form of the language. The Veda, it's only few words. Some places only we have this, not all.
so if that is the case,
Some people, as part of the alphabet also this learn, but we don't, because for us Parani Sutra is a Pramana, so that alone we take it. The long form of Lu also some people they teach in the Sanskrit, but it is not correct because not there. Because Parani Sutram doesn't mention Dirgha Likara, but Dirgha Likara you may see in the Veda also probably, I don't know. But it is not the Sutra, therefore we don't include that.
But Sharanji, Panini Sutras doesn't mention Dirgha A also, no? We assume from A.
But the Bhageshwar Sutra not mentioned, but in the Sutra Dirgha and all is there, no? He has mentioned Dirgha means Dirgha for who? What for Dirgha? For vowels alone, right?
so when we say Mangalam, Mangalam, so both are correct, right? So if that is the case, we can use both.
I think it should be, we should use this Dantya only. Mangalam is there?
No, but in Tamil generally we use, right? So that's why.
I don't know whether parallel thing is, but
Okay.
Mangalam as a bird, auspicious, we use this Lakara only.
Okay.
Sharanji, then Lalakarayoho na bedhaha, where does that come from?
Again?
Lalakarayoho na bedhaha, bhedaha. Yes.
Lalakara Yoga.
Huh.
Where is it? This
I have heard that. I have heard my teacher say that.
Lalakara Yoga, Abedaha.
Yeah, na
Abedaha,
bedhaha.
Abedaha.
So that means they're interchangeably used, or instead of
No.
lakara, lakara can be used?
This is not as part of any sutra or something. They will say like this.
Is it in the tradition alone then?
Only in probably in the tradition days, which I have not heard, but they say in the Ralayoho abeda something you would say. Lakara and lakara somewhere even so some abeda
Perhaps.
something you would say. But this I have not heard.
So, something like that perhaps, but I've heard it in this sentence formation. So would it mean that in the language, because you did mention in one of the initial classes that language came first and then the grammar and all of that. So was lakara there in the language back then? Because in
The
Vedika something is used.
In the Veda it is there, but the language it's not there.
Because we have it in Kannada as well. In Kannada we use lakara. Male.
In Tamil also we have.
Nalini.
Yeah.
Normally they say Nalini, right? But here it is Nalini, Mangalam.
Yeah.
So
Sanskritam we don't have this. Yes, Sanskritam we don't have. Only in the Vedic usage you will see.
no
Sanskritam
mention in the
doesn't.
Bhashya and the Vartikas as well.
Nowhere it is about this is talked about.
Okay.
So this passage is maybe in the tradition they use lalakara yoga.
In the
Veda.
tradition, they also say this for Nana also, Sharanji.
Nana.
Nana Karayoko.
Huh?
Na. The Manta and Murdhanya. Nanakarayoho and also Vabhakarayoho.
Nanakara yoga abedaha we cannot say. That is wrong. What is it? Nanakara yoga bedaha asti. I mean, both nakara they mentioned
the Asyam there is Bhedaha. But in certain instances, they can be interchangeably used in Veda. I mean, specifically, I'm talking about Veda only because Veda teacher only told us this. Veda Guruji, he told us this. In certain mantras, na and na are interchangeably used. Difference comes in the tradition. Certain traditions, they use it as na.
Maybe Pratishakya. All this you can, maybe Pratishakya, they will talk about this. Nanakara, in that only, but not in the throughout. The language you cannot interchange.
Correct.
Nakara is Nakara only, not in all the places, also in Veda also. Otherwise, the meaning will become changed.
Correct.
Only that particular context. Therefore, Pratishakya. I don't know Pratishakya. I have not studied. Maybe in the Pratishakya somewhere it is mentioned.
Ladakarayoho is also there, right?
Huh?
Ladakarayoho.
Lakara and Dakara. I don't know.
Correct.
That's what I asked.
Because when we say Agnimile Purohitam,
we make fun of the Bengali speaking people. Babakara Yoga Abeda. Because for them, this is just for fun, they say. Because they will say Vivekananda, not Vivekananda. Vakara will not come, Bakara will come. Babakara Yoga Abedaha. Just if any Bengalis are there, you have to excuse me. Okay. We say make this just jokingly we say. Babakara Yoga Abedaha. For them, Babakara Abedaha. But for us, difference is there.
yeah.
For us, clear Vivekananda, not Vivekananda. Even they cannot pronounce Atma, they say Atta. Something like that.
They don't.
Even yoga is pronounced as jog.
Yeah. Jo. That Jakara will come. Spanish also they will make this. They also cannot pronounce Jakara. They will say yo, something like that. Spanish. So these are all not in the in the sutra. Maybe in the tradition it comes. This Babakara Abedahandal not in the tradition. This is jokingly said. Okay. So we cannot extend to everything. So this is just for fun. Babakara Abeda.
But to our knowledge, there is no lakara in the Sanskrit language.
No, there is no lakara in the language. The language there is no lakara. Only in the Vedic usage you will see. And also, if you see old script, akara is written somehow differently. I have seen. If you come across, maybe some, I don't remember how to write also. Somehow it looked like this. This is something like akara, nakara. Somewhat it looks like ekara. If you see, I have old script, I can show you. So it is something written. But because of familiarity, I know it's akara. This is nakara. Even some Dalita somewhere I have seen. It is some. I'm not written correctly that one. Okay, I don't remember that font. So they write like that. But we understand this is akara, this is nakara. We don't go by that. The old script.
But Sharanji, isn't it interesting that there is a lakara symbol representation, and we also know it is Murdhanya. They've done all of that, but the sound does not exist in the language.
No, that doesn't exist actually.
We have a
To my
sound
knowledge,
symbol.
Shiksha Sutram also doesn't talk about that. Shiksha Sutram is not the Shiksha Sutram what I saw. There is Paniniya Shiksha Sutra separately. That also it is not mentioned. So therefore we have to think it's only in the Veda, not in the language. Lakara is not mentioned in the Shiksha Sutram also.
Okay. Sharanji, just to revise and understand it right, AI are not Savarnas, and that is according to the Vartikara or according to the Mahabhashya?
According to the Sutra, according to Maheshwara, because it is Magesha Sutrani.
Okay. And R and L are Savarnas, but that is according to the Vartikara, not according to Panini.
Panini, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So we'll stop here. Om Purnamadah Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Dhanyavadaha. Wish you all happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali, sir.
Dhanyawada, Sharanji. Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali.
Happy Deepavali. Dhanyawad.
Understand, Soumyaji?
Yes,
Kiranji?
of course. Yes.
What about Kiranji?
Yes.
Mano Vyakya.
Yes, trying to understand.
Don't worry about Savarna and all. Okay. So whatever is the content of the class is only Shiksha Sutra, memorize it, Sthanam and all. And Magesh Sutra helps you to form the group the letters. That much it's enough. Whatever it's required for our application. The rest are extra. Okay. Dhanyavada.
Dhanyawada.
Dhanyawada, Sharanji. Sharanji, what is the Vyutpatti of Deepavali? Or do you say Deepavali or Deepavali?
Deepanam Valihi, a row of lights is called Deepavali. Huh?
Deepavali?
Deepanam Valihi. Vali means a row. A line, a row, Vali.
That is
Deepanam
Lakara.
Valihi. Huh?
Lakara, right? Not Lakara.
Always it is. We have only Dantya Lakara. There is no more than Lakara. Deepavali only.
Nalvalthukal.
Huh?
Nalvalthukal.
Shubha Shayaha.
Valihi.
Deepavali Shubha Shayaha. Simple. Why make complicated? Simple. Deepavali Shubha Shayaha. Shubha Shayaha means particle. I mean wishes. Deepavali Shubha Shayaha. Hardik Shubhashaya, Hardika Shubhashaya. You can say Hardik. Abhinandanani, otherwise, wishes. Deepavali Shubhadina Abhinandanani. You can say. Shubhadina, auspicious day. So Deepavali Shubhadina Shubhashaya Abhinandanani. Article, wishes. Yes. Okay.
We have covered a lot of ground today. I think I have to go through this recording once or twice before coming to the next class.
You go through 10 times, it's okay, but understand. And we will, don't worry about it. If you don't understand, just give an inkling of what we are going to discuss later. So later I will repeat. So it will be, see, teaching is like that, going forward and back, going forward, back. It's not just going forward. So if you go forward, then I alone will be there in the class. Nobody will be there. So it's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, so that you don't, you flow, you come with me. Okay. Yes.
Thank you very much, Sharanji.
Let not any doubts disturb your learning. Some doubts will be there. Keep aside the doubts. Either you see, you note the doubts. Either it will get clarified later or immediately. Some certain things we just go what by the Sampradaya says. We don't question that also. Like many times I also ask such questions to the teacher. My teacher will shut me up, saying that this is Sampradaya, you cannot question it. Okay. And myself and my students will try to explore discussion. It's difficult to arrive at any conclusion. Like why this A and I? We had discussions among the students in our group. So I will be in my room and other students, we'll discuss from room to room. I always just mentioned, but this is how it is. Suddenly some people will ask some question, very intelligent question. We also will think sometimes that is very intelligent and last some this teacher. Then he will shut us up. Don't. This is how it is. We cannot question this. Okay. This is the answer. What will we do? And maybe something maybe a little other shiksha sutra we have to learn. Yeah, Paniniya shiksha, Vyasa shiksha, and Nandikeshwar shiksha. So many shiksha pata sutras are there. Explore. You need to explore. Okay. Dhanyawad.
I had a question.
Yes.
So, while we were being exposed to multiple languages here throughout our life, and we had vocabulary from multiple languages, when we end up picking up a word, let's say Mangalam, we spoke about Lakara here today. Let's say Mangalam, Mangla, or Mangalam it's Lakara in Kannada. When I have to write the same thing in Sanskrit, should I end up going with vocabulary which is limited in nature, or should I figure out a way to write Lakara in Sanskrit as well?
Sorry, I lost again. Please.
So
Sakramita.
So being exposed with different languages, and every language has had its own vocabulary, words. So when I happen to write a single word,
Mangalam, okay.
Mangalam, if let's say like since my childhood, people said it's Mangalam, Lakaraha. But now that I've started learning Sanskrit, if I happen to write Mangalam again, should I write La, because Sanskrit doesn't have La?
It has a la.
No, it's not that it doesn't. We don't have to use more than a lakara. This Dante lakara itself is the same meaning. So this.
Because there was this chant when I started chanting in Sanskrita, it was Mangalam Kausalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane. It was not Mangalam Kausalendraya.
This is the lakara only we use. Mangalam Kausalendraya, this is the lakara, not this one. Not this. This is la. This is a letter we have the language.
When I have this Sankshepa Ramayana in Sanskrita, when I start reading it, I say Mangalam Kausalendraya. When my mom starts reading it in Kannada, we have this thing where she says Mangalam Kausalendraya. So is it?
So here we can say as this is lakara yoga vedaha. Simple. Go by that. So you can use the lakara, you can use lakara. That meaning will not change.
Okay.
So we can use any of them there. But this is not used in the language. But if you say it, then it's la lakara yoga. Lakara yoga. Not mahaprana. La lakara yoga. Even I don't use this. La. When the Tamil use Mangalam. Yeah.
I mean, should we end up going in search of its source language every time we end up in this conundrum?
You don't have many words like that, no? And if you, that we can always find out. If you see the dictionary, you will have this lakara on it.
Okay.
Sharanji, when the sound la, the Murdhanya la, doesn't even exist in Maheshwara Sutrani, how did we arrive at the script which you are highlighting there?
That's what I asked earlier. We have a sound, we have a script, and we know it is Murdhanya. How do we know all of this?
This is Devanagari script, no? In the Devanagari it is there. In Hindi we have no.
Good point.
In Hindi we have.
Marathi also they use. Marathi they use.
As a script it is available, but not in the.
So you are saying Samskrita and Devanagari need not be fully in tandem. They can be different.
Samskrita can be written in Tamil also.
That is good.
They can capture the same thing. Only reading will be horrible. But we can do it. So
maybe to conclude this particular topic, so maybe Sanskrit would have inherited some languages like from Marathi or some other ancient languages, and we could have started using this one, right?
Maybe this is borrowed from other. In
Yeah,
Hindi, we
borrowed
have
from
no. In Devanagari script, we have this.
I'm
So,
not sure.
okay, you go by the Veda, that's why, because you have already studied Veda, that's why you're asking. But which came first, Veda, the language? The Veda, it is there, the language, it is not there. The Veda, this has to be captured, and also, why it should be written, because it is written in Devanagari script, the Veda, it is Sanskritam. No, the mantras are captured in that script, particular script. The same mantra is available, Brahmi script and Lipi. In the Veda Patashala, they use Lipi, Grantha script. Grantha is completely different. All the mantras are in Grantha Lipi. So whatever the Ucharanam pronunciation, same in Grantha, they have. So it is there. So whichever script you capture the sound, that does not constitute the the Sanskritam. Sanskritam has its own rules and regulations, and Devanagari script, common script, it uses where we don't require lakara, or the language is not required. The Veda, it is there. That sound is required maybe in some places. Therefore, as in Devanagari, it is available, it uses. The language we don't require. As I said, no, as lakara Vedaha. So this can be used this also. But slowly, if you see, the usage of lakara is gone. Vogue, it is not there at all. It is gone.
Sharanji, is it possible that even the rishis who saw these mantras, they belong to different parts of the country? So they may have taken in the regional influence to Samskrita, right? Because I don't think there was ever a time where the entire Indian subcontinent spoke only Samskrita. There must have been other languages that has evolved. So along with it, is there a possibility that Lakara is one such influence from the region where the rishi came from, who saw that mantra?
Mantra doesn't have language, right?
But however it came, however, in whatever form that was received.
Whatever form it came, it is captured. That's it. In whichever language it is. So that, but mantra we require probably the more than near lakara sound. So whether you put this in this format or any format, any script. So I don't think so. That is language, nothing to do with their language, what they speak. Mantras are sounds, they're shabda only.
But,
what does it do with the language they speak? Because I speak Tamil, then mantra will be perceived by me and written, will be written by me a different way. By Marathi, it will be different. No. Yes. All rishis, the mantra, drashtaraha, they saw the mantra means the sound. They heard. They received as it from Ishvara. They have put that in, that was the oral tradition. Where is the script? Did they write? No. It's all in oral tradition. Only in sound form it was there. Later, when they take it goes to a Devanagari script, then probably writing came up. Not any script for that matter. Any script. So this script came later. So we cannot say that the sound different. It is same. Vedas are Shabda, sounds alone. Shabda, sounds. So in receiving that, there cannot be any Veda among the rishis. Right?
Okay, thank you.
Mantras are not words, mantras are sounds. And the sound as it is, it is captured. Anyone living any part of the world. So that has to be captured as it is. That can be later, can put it in any format, any script. Probably the Devanagari script, the right script, which catches a sound, almost, we can say. Other languages cannot do probably, or not that much extent like Devanagari script. That's why we identify Devanagari script as well with the Sanskritam. Even the sound only, the sound is given a form, akara. Even relate. Right? The form, the sound and the form, they go together. Yes, but exception is Veda. Veda only sounds, but what the form?
My question is this Neela Sukta that we have, such a small
that
mantra.
Neela we have, yes, Neela Saraswati also is there. Nila Suktam.
So, is this pronounced as Neelas in other parts of the country, or is it still Neela?
Nila, Murdani Nakara only. Murdani Lakara. Nila. That's the
Nila.
right pronunciation. Nila Suktam. Nila.
So there was never a superset. It was always a subset. So superset meaning in terms of a mother of all languages, which was just the sound, but we haven't heard those sound. It just boiled down over the period of time. Now we are limited by language whenever we read it. Let's say if I read it in Kannada, my mom reads it a certain way, or if my counterpart and neighbor, if they read it in Tamil, since they're grammatically limited with, let's say, half the letters.
Yeah, maybe
Kannada
for the
48.
language. Maybe for the language, but Veda mantras are exception. Veda mantras don't include. Only the language, yes, maybe.
So there was never a superset, but there's always a subset, languages.
Yeah, the language, all these changes has happened. Yes. But no, Vedas are completely different. As the language, in fact, the grammar and all came based on the Veda. But if you see the Vedic grammar, that is different. Not the grammar, what you apply for the language is applicable to the Veda. The Veda, you cannot, correct the Veda based on the knowledge of the language grammar. That is different. This is Vedic grammar is different. Vedic, there may be usages of some verbs in some other format. We will see later. But the language, it is not used, it should not be used. But in the Veda is above all rules and regulations. Above. So we cannot contain the Veda. It's what you're saying, superset. Yes, that is super. Absolutely super. And the language which derived from that, now have got some limitation. Veda has got no boundaries, no limitation. Whatever Veda uses, that is final.
So Veda does have a separate set of rules and grammar and letters then?
No. Pratishakya is there. I'm saying that's this language grammar derived from, as its root in the Veda. But the Veda need not abide by the grammar, language grammar, right? Because above, it's above all. Yeah. The Vedas, the language came first and then only the grammar. So we call this as descriptive grammar, not prescriptive.
This makes very sense because when I used to use the Sanskrit grammar online, when I used to search for a couple of words, there used to be no meanings for it. And this is when my teacher back then used to say Sanskrit has its own dictionary, don't Google for it.
Yeah, Sanskrit doesn't have a dictionary. Swamiji says you cannot find any word in the dictionary. No, for any word you come across, you cannot take a dictionary and find like English. Because most of the words you will see compound words, they are coined words created by the author, created by the writer.
Yeah.
So, and that you cannot make out the meaning of the word based on the individual the words, because when they combine, they make a different sense also possible.
One such example that we spoke about was Plutha, which is, let's say, I was searching for a word called as Ramopi, Ramaha api, Ramopi. When I search for that, the dictionary doesn't know how to do the Padachedana and then give me a meaning. But it was just over the period of time.
Yes.
So these were the subtle examples that I came across over the period of time that how dictionary can be limited, and I still have to break it down to get the meaning of it.
Even you find the word Rameshwara in the dictionary, what meaning they give you, just see Rameshwara. The word Rameshwara can be interpreted in 3 ways possible. Rama as a compound, it is possible because 2 words are there. 2 words have joined, become 1 word. Ramaha api, Ramo api, at least there are 2 distinct words. They are joined by some Sandhi rules. But they are, even though they are joined, they are different words only. So that is the difference between a Sandhi and a compound. In a compound, they become 1 unit. Whereas in Sandhi, they remain as 2 units only. Ramopi is 2 words only. Ramaha api. They remain as 2 independent words only. It's not 1 word. Whereas Rameshwara, when you say it is 1 word. Though Rama and Ishvara, 2 words have joined, but they become Rameshwara. Rama plus C, that Sandhi has happened. A plus C becomes A, Rameshwara. Sandhi has happened. Sandhi, of course, is a must when you join in a compound. or when you join two words, of course, Sandhi will happen. Rameshwara, the meaning will be Rama is a Lord. One meaning is simple. Rama is Ishvara. That's one meaning. Another meaning, Rama is Ishvara possible. The Lord of Rama. It means the Lord of Rama is Shiva. So Rameshwara doesn't mean Rameshwara. Rameshwara means Shiva, Maheshwara. Or Rameshwara can refer to a person, a bhakta, for whom Rama is the Lord. All these meanings are possible. So how will you refer in the dictionary? A compound word, a simple word, Rameshwara. You not refer to the dictionary, depending on the context. So the same word, the compound can be interpreted in many ways, depending on the. That is why when anybody asks what is the meaning of this so and so, this word come. So you have to ask in context. What is the context? Because the author only knows the context and he has coined the word. So we have to be in the author's shoes, to see what the word means. So that requires analysis. That's what in the Sampradaya, all the Tikakara, Bhashikara, they all do it, commentators, and give the meaning. Since we won't be able to find it. In case if we are not be able to find it, it's fine. Otherwise, they help us to get the meaning.
And one last question. This is something I never knew whom to ask. So again, being exposed to multiple languages here, this is something I've seen only in English, but later I realized people in other languages also use this. All this punctuation signs, commas, exclamatory signs, everything. I've used it in English, but I've weirdly seen people using it in Hindi and Kannada when they write it. So are these punctuation marks used with the languages? Are they old as the language, or can that be usable? And since Sanskrit, when we write it in subject, object, verb in form of English, we don't do it. We still have the same meaning. And so in Sanskrit, we don't use it, but in anything, in any of the languages, this punctuation marks what we use it. Can we use it, or I don't know what?
In Sanskritam, we don't have punctuation mark at all. Only we have this danda. Danda indicates the one danda means that indicates the end of the one sentence. I mean, in a couplet, in a shloka and all, you will see the first line, second line by two danda. So only this is the only punctuation we have. Other languages, I don't know. I mean, Tamil and all, we just do it, but I don't know whether it is the language it is there or. But in Sanskrit, we don't have. Probably all these things would have come from other connection with other languages. From English, probably would have borrowed, I think. Maybe Tamil may be possible. I don't know. But in Sanskritam, we don't have punctuation. We don't require punctuation. We don't require punctuation. When you read, suppose there is a quotation. Quotation is just we will say iti. Iti means whatever is precedes, that all within quote. That's all within quote. It's understood. So when iti is you don't use the quote. It's wrong. Even question mark also not there. Question mark and all you will see in some books. That is for our understanding. Total understanding. Have you eaten? Question mark. Here we don't have question mark. Just it will be danda only.
Yes.
So we don't require it. So when we learn that, you will see. We don't require question mark. We don't require any code. So no thank God it is not there. Only 1 and 2. The punctuation is another thing. In the school, when we study, then we have to, the sentence will be there. We have to punctuate, and for that, some 10 marks, 5 marks will be there. We utterly fail. We don't know who says what. Thank God it is not there in Sanskritam. One good thing. Another thing you asked in Sanskritam, we can place the words anywhere we like. Meaning will not change. Yes, yeah, because that's what we are going to see. The prepositions are inbuilt in the noun forms itself. Therefore, anywhere you place the word, meaning will not change. Unlike English, in English, meaning will change. Suppose Rama kills Ravana in English. Rama kills Ravana, it's fine. But if you change it, if you swap the word, then Ravana kills. The meaning problem. This is a serious problem. In Sanskritam, when we translate Ramaha, Marayati, just using only present tense, Marayati kills. Whom does he kill? Ravanam, you can say. Ravanam. So Ravanam and Ramaha can be placed anywhere. Anywhere, the 3 words are there. Anyway, you can write. Any manner. Ramaha Marayati Ravanam, Ramaha Ravanam Marayati, Ravanam Marayati Ramaha, Marayati Ramaha Ravanam, The meaning will never change. It will be same alone.
Is this the same in many other Indian languages also, Sharanji?
No. I don't think so.
In Kannada, I think that is how it is. In
No,
Kannada,
not all the places it will be. In
Ah.
Tamil, of course, it is not there. If you swap it, it will be a problem. Tamil, some place it's okay, but not in all. Because some will make sense Tamil also, but not like Sanskritam. And yes, Sanskritam also, it is true, but at the same time, it's not all the way, completely. Suppose if I say Dasharathasya Ramaha, suppose if I say. Now, this you cannot swap it. This Dasharathasya Rama, Dasharatha, the word is connected to Rama. So you cannot say Ramaha Dasharathasya Ravanam Marayati. Meaning will change. As though the Ravana is a son of Dasharatha. This is in a particular case ending. And this is connected to Rama only, not to any other word. So therefore, when you jumble the words, so this has to go together. With the together, you can jumble. Ravanam Marayati Dasharathasya Ramaha. That's fine. But Dasharathasya alone, you cannot take it and put it anywhere. Meaning will change. Because this is Sambandha. Shows Sambandha between Dasharatha and Rama, the sentence. See, this is a beautiful thing in Sanskrit. That is why in computing languages, Sanskritam is much used. With the Kriya Padam, you question the Kriya Padam, you get the answer, you put that in certain vibhakti, and that's simple. You get the sentence. Who kills? Rama kills. You put it in first case. Whom does he kill? That is the object. You put it in second case. There it ends. If anyway you place it, the meaning will not change. Object will continue to be object. Subject will continue to be a subject. But English is not like that. Here Ravana, though subject. If you put it first, then he becomes it's object. If you put it first, he becomes a subject. Then Rama becomes the object. We have a problem. The whole story will change then. But in Sanskritam, it is not like that. This is one of the important the feature we have. Okay. I think we'll stop here.
Yes. Charanji, thank you very much for answering
Thank
all
you
the
very much,
questions.
Dhanyavadaha.
Also, when we question, we mean absolutely no, questioning the authority of the Shastra or the teacher. It's just sort of curiosity and to understand. So please don't mistake when we ask questions.
Also, we
Yes,
have
so
so many
if you
questions.
question, if I know, I will answer. If I don't know, I also don't know. Because whatever questions you asked, we also have asked this before.
Mm.
You know,
Also, Sharanji, like we have so many questions and we don't know whom to ask. We have found you somehow, and luckily or unluckily, you have accepted us. So we just casting our questions at you. That is
yeah. In fact, I also don't feel comfortable asking this question to any of us when I was a student, because you read a right person, you should be able to put themselves in the students' shoes and know and see they have such questions. But some out of curiosity, just that is different. But something which is serious, where really a question is there, a doubt has to be clarified. Always, some doubt will be lingering. Many times we live with some doubts lingering always in the mind. So we don't know whom to ask, whom the right person. Even a learned person also, sometimes they may not know all those things because they have not pay attention to this. Oh, these are all silly. These are all taken for granted. So, but certain things, we myself, my friends, and we discussed, analyzed, and we come to conclusion this cannot be, we cannot arrive at any conclusion. That also has said, like Praitra and all, I scratch my head to understand. The very clearly, but it's very difficult because those things only expert in shiksha and those who have knowledge of the vocal organ, who can know a little bit of science, biological, biology is required to vocal organ. Like Udataha means this is how I explain upper part of the vocal organ. But what is upper part of the vocal organ? It's imaginary thing. You have to imagine the tongue is divided into two. The kanta is divided into two parts, like and from the upper part the sound comes, then it is udata. From the lower part anudata. You have to imagine like that with regard to all the places of pronunciation. That's so. Maybe grammatical and the diagrammatically we can sum something I will say, but you need to imagine this. How do you know Urdhva Bhaga? Upper part, the sound comes, that is Udatta. What is upper part? Tongue is there, only one part, it's a part of the vocal arc. Upper part of the upper part of the throat, not tongue, sorry. Upper part of the throat. Throat is there as a Uttanasthanam. What is upper part of the throat? It's difficult. So some imagination required, and at least for our understanding. I know this will be there in the students. That's why I teach them as I can, as I understood. I will do it to my best. Because we don't have, I didn't get any such, what do you call it? Exposed to such thing also, Shiksha Sutra and all. Experts are required. I don't know whether they are there or not also today. It's questionable. Maybe there, but ask them. Many technical terms will come up, we will see. Those technical terms, if I know, I will tell. Otherwise, just for the sake of application, we will learn. Right? Like 1 + 1 is equal to 2. We don't question. That's it. Whichever is I know, I can definitely share. You can ask any number of questions, I will answer. Whichever I don't know, I will say I will explore. Okay. I think I have answered all your questions up to now. I hope in the future also I will be able to do it. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dhanyawadaha.